what are some good business habits? So, if you look this up online, you get a lot of answers like understanding your strengths and weaknesses, creating and following a schedule, work on your business, be accountable. And these are all good things to work on. Now, my team and I, we actually spent $50,000 and a couple of years going through all the scientific literature we could find to figure out what really makes the difference in a business. So we did a meta-analysis of meta-analyses, and a meta-analysis is when someone looks at hundreds or thousands of studies in a field or on a topic and they try to make a summary of it. And so we looked at studies from Saudi Arabia, from Harvard Business Review, from Indonesia, from America, all over the world. And we found there were 8 types of critical business success factors, things that businesses need to focus on habitually. And I'm going to bring this together to good business habits in a minute. But those 8 critical success factors were self-efficacy, market intelligence, strategic planning, marketing strategy, sales strategy and skills, money management, business operations, and business intelligence. So a really complete answer on what are some good business habits must include details for each of these 8 factors. Because if you look at companies like Blockbuster, Blockbuster was a billion, that's a B, not an M. They were a multi-billion-dollar company that were driven into bankruptcy by Netflix. And they even had the opportunity to buy Netflix. So although some may say they had good business habits because they were doing billions of dollars, they forgot some key fundamentals to focus on habitually, right? So to start off with, the most important one is self-efficacy. And I think that's kind of what people are asking often when they talk about this in terms of what are good business habits for me and my team, like kind of every day. And so, I mean, obviously you need to be checking leads and sales. You need to be checking on customers and clients, right? In terms of how happy are they with their purchases? What else do they need that you can help them with? But in terms of self-efficacy is your ability to be effective, you, yourself, and your team. And this comes down to 3 key factors: personality traits, leadership skills, and personal disciplines. So the personal disciplines are things like physical health, sleep, diet, fitness, okay, mental health. You need to have a high degree of emotional resilience. You need to have mental fortitude. And that's like a push-ups. That's something you can build your willpower muscle, right? And they're interchangeable. So by improving your physical fitness and health, you actually become more emotionally and mentally resilient. So they're together. You need to work on your time management skills, right? But a lot of people want to focus on productivity and time management and being organized, but nobody really talks about energy management. And what is important about that is if you can only run 1 kilometer before you're exhausted and you need to take a nap, that is your energy gas tank that you bring to every day, right? Every day, every meeting, every task that you do, when you try to focus on something and hold that focus. Whereas if I could snap my fingers and now you can run 10 kilometers a day, you've got 10 times the energy to bring to every day. So that's a really important thing to include. All sorts of discipline will benefit you in business. You also have to have a sense of urgency. This is a habit where you can't have a laissez-faire, let it be attitude in business. Really, one of the personality traits is locus of control, which means kind of being a control freak or the things that you can control. There's no point in stressing out about something that's outside of your control, but you need to control the things you can control in business, right? Extroversion, openness to experience, agreeableness, conscientiousness, and acceptance of criticism and feedback. These are personality traits that you should demonstrate. So that means habitually you should be, right? You should be getting yourself out there. You should be working on your people skills. In terms of leadership skills, you need to develop your self-awareness skills. You have to develop your communication and cooperation skills. You have to develop your emotional intelligence skills, and you have to work on being adaptable. And that's what it means to be a leader. So some good habits to have in business are good physical health habits, good mental health habits, like a journal, whether it's a gratitude journal or just journaling, right? Time management skills, discipline, which will spread through everything else. But then you also want to habitually work on your self-awareness, work on your communication and cooperation skills, work on your emotional intelligence skills, okay? You want to work on, am I being adaptable or am I being really stubborn, right? Am I able to flow with it? And then you also want to know, like, where am I being lazy, right? Where am I shying away? A lot of times businesses fail because when something's going wrong, they just do what they're comfortable with harder versus getting outside of their comfort zone or doing the thing they haven't done well yet, right? So an example of that is if in your company your marketing and sales are phenomenal but your team can only handle 5 clients, let's say if you're an agency or a small business of some sort, you know, doing more marketing and sales isn't going to fix your ability to deliver on happy clients. All you're going to do is you're going to overwhelm your delivery staff, and then you're going to have unhappy clients. And this is what I'm talking about, where you have to habitually look at your weaknesses and focus on them. So the key thing, though, is you got to make sure that you show up every day, right? All a company is a group of people who solve the pain of another group of people, and they do it via a product or service. So the good habits to have is maintaining peak mental and physical condition, right? Developing your skills of yourself and your team in terms of self-awareness, your strengths and weaknesses, your communication, cooperation skills. I've already gone through those. But also you need to be staying in touch with your customers, not just doing the work and making sure it's getting done, but getting feedback from customers on how they liked it, what would make it better for them, and what other needs you can help solve for them. So if you'd like more answers to questions like this, come check out our site at bestbusinesscoach.ca.